so to the right of the tape measure, I'm going to use the Rug Doctor, and to the left, I am going to use the Bissell. Of note, I should point out that the Rug Doctor will have some bigger stains to deal with, but it is a more costly and larger machine, so we will see how it does with that. So again, to the right, Rug Doctor, to the left, Bissell, but from the couch over, the rest of that will be Bissell. So Rug Doctor is kind of going to be sandwiched in between for the results. Alright, I've got the camera going, and excuse it if it shakes a little bit. I have not done anything to deal with the stains yet. I have not used any pre-treater. I have not done anything. This is all on the up and up. This is going to be what the Rug Doctor does on its first try. And I don't mean one pass, I mean its first try, because I don't really think it's going to get it in one pass, but it might. Probably not, though. Okay, so that was one pass. Like I said, it's going to shake a little bit, sorry. But like I said, I did not think it was going to get it up on one pass. I've not used a carpet cleaner that actually gets tough stains out with one pass. Alright, so right here, you can see the streaking. Let me get down here and show you this right here. The shampoo is coming out in a streaking manner. So here's the deal. We just filled this up, well I did. I just filled this up with 3 gallons of water and 12 ounces of cleaning solution. And we're almost out of reliable spray now. A reliable uniform kind of spray of the soap coming out. And we're down to where it starts splattering, and we didn't even get very much carpet done. See, one of the problems with the Rug Doctor is, I think it's a good machine as far as it is capable, but one of the huge issues of it is the brush on it. So it's got one brush on it that goes side to side as you hold, let me zoom in here, as you hold that red button in. But if you don't hold that red button in, that brush isn't moving, so it's not agitating the carpet. But while you hold that red button in, you are also spraying solution into the carpet. So we have sprayed a ton of solution. This carpet is soaking wet, and this the Rug Doctor is also not very good at sucking water out. So the bottom line is, I'm about to have to put some more water and soap in here pretty soon. And you can tell the tank is about halfway full. But here's the issue. There's no heater on this model of Rug Doctor, so there's nothing that heats the carpet, and it's also really not that great at sucking water out. So we have very soaking wet carpet, and that's a 3-gallon tank. It's about halfway full. So we sucked up about 1.5 gallons of water, but there's probably, I hate to say this, so here's another flaw with the Rug Doctor, all right? I know this is kind of an information dump, but if you're watching this video, you probably want to know some things about the product. So, the Rug Doctor, if you put 3 gallons of water in it, you're not going to spray 3 gallons out, and you're not going to suck 3 gallons back up. So there's 1.5 gallons in that reservoir right now. That's the dirty water tank, and there was not anything in it when I started. That was completely empty. You can actually remove it, flip it upside down, dump it completely out. So that was empty. Now it's about half full. So that's about 1.5 gallons. Now, based on my experience with this, I would say there's at least 0.5 gallon left in the machine, but it's not going to spray out properly. So there's a gallon to maybe a half a gallon of water in the carpet right now because I was constantly holding that red button in to get it to agitate with that brush. So the Rug Doctor has its pros and cons. It's very powerful. I didn't do any pre-treating in this video, and the reason is I want to test how well the Rug Doctor and the Bissell do with just their soaps, their respective recommended soaps. So Rug Doctor soap and the Rug Doctor machine, Bissell soap and the Bissell machine, and I didn't want to introduce pre-treater into the equation. Had I used pre-treater though, I can tell you this, I've had this Rug Doctor for 3 years. So had I used pre-treater, then this actually would have come up a lot faster. I wouldn't have used so much water and solution and everything in this go. So that's part of the deal. The Rug Doctor, it's not bad without pre-treater, but it really benefits from it greatly. And just so you know, I don't even use the Rug Doctor so-called pre-treater. What I use is, it's called the high traffic area spray. I use that as a pre-treater. Their actual pre-treater I don't use because I don't even think you're supposed to use it with the machine. The actual pre-treater is or a stain remover or whatever they call it. It involves spraying the stain and then wiping it up with a towel, and I don't even think it involves the machine. So I actually use the high traffic spray that they have. So I'm probably going to have to put more water and soap in here really soon, but maybe not. Here, I'm putting the camera back in, so it's going to be a little disorienting, sorry. Now the reason I'm doing this all in one shot is because I am comparing two different machines. So I'm trying to show that everything is on the up and up. I could have edited this together and made it a lot simpler, but I'm trying to show like there's no shenanigans. This is exactly how the machine performs. So let me walk around here and see how much further I can go without having to put in soap. But once it starts spattering the soap out and you can see the little spatters in the carpet, it's not going to go much longer before you have to put more soap and water in order to start getting good performance again. All right, let me walk around here. Done. It's done. It can do no more. That's like I said, 3 years of using this machine. I kind of know how it thinks. So that it's done. Like it did. All right, we're back, and I was only able to get 2.5 gallons of solution back into the Rug Doctor, and that kind of goes back to the whole. I don't know how much was still in the machine. Now maybe it's just that overflow bucket can hold. Where the dirty water bucket can hold 3 gallons, and maybe the machine itself doesn't hold 3 gallons, but I only got 2.5 gallons to go in it just now before it's completely full. And now we go back to trying to take care of this work. Okay, we are back, and this should be the last time. Okay, we are done with the Rug Doctor. All right, and now we have the Bissell DeepClean Pro. This one is the DeepClean ProHeat 2X Professional Pet Edition. I got this at Costco, but there are several variations of this machine. There are many of the Bissell DeepClean machines, DeepClean Pro. This is the Heat 2X, but I've seen another one that has some kind of heat in the name. So it's a little bit confusing. With the Rug Doctor, there's pretty much two floor models for Rug Doctor meant for consumers to buy. But with Bissell, there's a lot of these shampooers. So hopefully there's not too much confusion on the naming of it. Anyway, you're here to see it do some work, so let's get that started. Try not to hit my little room divider there. Now, one thing that's interesting about this machine is you really have to step up and like affect your center of balance to release it. It's pretty interesting. Now I want to show you something. I should have thought to do this sooner. The Rug Doctor is much heavier. The Rug Doctor holds much water. The Rug Doctor is much bigger. Okay, the Rug Doctor is a tank in comparison. So the Rug Doctor eats stains much more quickly and more easily. And then the lighting in here is not as perfect as it could be. But there's some stains over here that I'm kind of struggling with the Bissell. They're in this area. They don't look that bad now. I should have shown you. It takes many more passes to deal with the stains. You can tell when you use it that the Bissell is not as heavy. And that heaviness from the Rug Doctor is pretty helpful. Now what's interesting is if you read reviews of this Bissell online, people say it's heavier than shampooers that they've used. Well, then they probably haven't used the Rug Doctor, because the Rug Doctor is difficult for me to move, and I'm a 200-pound plus guy. Okay, so the Bissell is actually, you can do it fast enough. You can change the tank in it fast enough that I can actually just leave the camera rolling. With the Rug Doctor, I actually had to go outside to dump it. So let me give you a pro tip about the Rug Doctor. The Rug Doctor is a nightmare to dump the dirty water out of. And if you try to do it in a sink or even a toilet, you're probably going to splash yourself, because it's not, there's no little lip in it, there's nothing that helps it pour. It is just a sheer nightmare, so it's easier to just go dump it in the yard. So that's why I had to keep turning the camera off before. Now I just got myself a drink of water. Now I am officially going to start dumping out dirty water from the Bissell into the kitchen sink, because it will actually, you can do it without making a mess because the tank is small. Alright, you probably heard that. So now it's completely dumped out. Now I am going to open up the bottle of Bissell. Oh, I'm going to shake it. It says to shake it. Now I'm going to open the bottle of the Bissell soap. Pour that in. And then I put in a little bit of extra. Give it a little bit of extra firepower. Alright, so that's done. Dumping the dirty water and filling the Bissell up is an order of magnitude easier than doing it with the Rug Doctor. I cannot overstate that. It is a nightmare with the Rug Doctor. Alright, now I'm going to fill this up with water. I think it holds about a gallon of water. I'm going to have to double check, and since this video is going to need to be edited together anyway, I'll have that info in there. Now, I guess it does take a while for my sink to fill out a gallon of water, because we're still going. This is like the longest part. I just think the Rug Doctor holds 3 gallons of water, and I was really getting about 2.5 in it in each fill up, because I really don't think the Rug Doctor expels all of its water. So it's a mixed bag. The Bissell has better gas mileage, if you will. if you notice, we got like one row out of a tank from the Bissell, where we got 2 rows out of a tank for the Rug Doctor, but the Rug Doctor also probably has 2 to 3 times the amount of water capacity too. I'll have to double check. I mean, this thing takes a long enough time to fill up. Bissell does that I almost think that it could be more than a gallon. It might be more than a gallon, I don't know. Here it is, let me hold this in front of you. It's a cute little bucket. I like the color, I really do. Now I know that, look, when it comes to a carpet shampooer, the only thing that should matter is, does it clean your carpet? All right, that's all that should matter. But for some reason, I think this Bissell is attractive with this cyan blue. Oh, it's heavy now. Here. And, okay, so here's one thing that really sucks about the Bissell. Hardcore sucks. Is the attachments fall off of it with the slightest bump. All right, so that hose just fell off. Really don't like that. Anyway, so one tank got us 1 row, and then that stuff up there against the wall in the left corner, no soap is really coming out. I was over there testing it on dry carpet to see what was going on. Anyway, let's get back to work. Oops. Okay, so that's 2 tanks with the Bissell. It's 2. Now I should note that we're using a lot less cleaning solution with the Bissell. A lot less. We're using less water. We're using less soap. Yeah, let me look at, yeah, see, you might be able to tell that the Rug Doctor side on the right, it does look very bright. It looks very fluffy and very beautiful. Yeah, well, the Rug Doctor is also heavier, and it used more soap. It used more solution. It's not apples to apples. And in real life, the Bissell side doesn't look bad. It's very pleasing to the eye, but in real life, again, the Rug Doctor side for sure looks brighter. For sure. It looks brighter, it pops, the carpet looks fresh and beautiful with the Rug Doctor. But it took a lot more water, a lot more solution, a more expensive machine, and the Bissell, it's kind of taking its time to get the stains out. Again, we're not using pre-treater, but the Bissell's doing it with less soap, it's doing it with less water. Yeah, I feel like I'm having to use a little more elbow grease with the Bissell, but again, it's not apples to apples. Both machines have their merits. So again, I can just keep doing this without turning off the camera, because this bucket, here if you want to see how dirty the water was, this bucket can be switched out pretty quickly. So let's do that. Getting the water hot. Ooh. Alright, I should have been a little more mindful when I did that. I almost splashed myself. Now, one thing I have to give the Bissell kudos for is even when you pour the dirty water into the sink like an idiot the way I just did, I know I'm off camera, but I almost splashed myself. I still ended up not splashing myself. So with the Rug Doctor, you know what? I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten my feet wet trying to empty and refill the Rug Doctor. It's been an issue. It really has. So, not trying to hate on the Rug Doctor whatsoever. I mean, I did just say I think the Rug Doctor side looks better, but I want to try to really give you all of the pros and all of the cons, okay? The reason I make these videos, oh shoot, I didn't put water in it. The reason I make these videos is because, in my opinion, a lot of reviews are not thorough enough, okay? And a lot of times, let's be honest, the people that give you the reviews of products, usually have not had a product very long. I've had that Rug Doctor for 3 years, and I've used this this Bissell every day for 6 days now. And this isn't even my Bissell review. This is just showing you one room where I kind of cut it in half, and I'm doing half with one machine and half the other. By the time I put my Bissell review up, I will have used this machine for at least 24 hours. I've used this machine every single day. I've lived in this house for a few years now, almost as long as I've had that Rug Doctor. And I am using this Bissell to overhaul my entire house so I can assess it. And I'm trying to really understand the product before I try to upload my opinion to the internet. Now, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything like that towards other videos or reviews or anything like that at all. I'm just explaining that, yeah, my videos can be a little bit long, but I'm trying to thoroughly demonstrate. I'm trying to be very thorough, and maybe it airs too far on the side of thoroughness. I don't know. I'm still learning all this. I started making the videos this year. So I've only been making the videos about 6 months now. And anyway, let's fill this up with water and quit yapping. And then this might actually be the last bucket we need to use for the Bissell. So I've been using about 5 ounces of solution for each bucket in the Bissell, which is 15 ounces of soap. Whereas the Rug Doctor, I used 12 ounces of solution per bucket. So yeah, with the Rug Doctor, I used 36 ounces of solution versus 15 for the Bissell. So like I said, you're going to get much better fuel mileage out of the Bissell. So I tried to give both sides the benefit of the fluff, and for some reason the Bissell is really weird about like what direction you have to use it in to make it look fluffy, because it does look better when I put it that way. Alright, so sorry, there we go. It wobbled a little. So on the right side we have, here, can I turn on, no, I turned on all my lights already. Okay then. On the right side we have the Rug Doctor, and on the left side we have the Bissell. And really, both sides are clean. Let me see if I get down in here, if one necessarily looks better than the other. I don't know. The Bissell, because it's using 2 rollers instead of a brush, I think looks more uniform, and that's appealing. But the carpet's still wet. We'll see how it looks tomorrow. I kind of have to give the edge to the Rug Doctor over here. Looking at it in real life and looking at it through the viewfinder of the camera, I feel like I would give the edge to the Rug Doctor. But here's the deal. The Bissell costs half of the money, and I don't feel like it did half the job. The Bissell used less soap. The Bissell used less water. The Bissell was easier to empty and refill. So it's one of those things where it is apples and oranges. Yes, they're both carpet machines. Yes, they both use water and soap. But there are enough differences that, I don't know. Like I said, I would give the edge to the Rug Doctor, but I'm probably going to be using the Bissell more often than I use the Rug Doctor if I end up keeping both machines, because the Bissell's just so much easier to use. And that counts for a lot. It's not as if the Bissell left stains behind, or did it? Is that a stain, or is that just brushed carpet? Yeah, it's not like the Bissell left stains behind. This is a little bit of crayon right here, but I don't think the Rug Doctor would have gotten that either. So this has been my big long demonstration of both of these machines in the dining room. The rest of the house I will be doing with the Bissell. Now I did kind of split up one bedroom. I haven't posted the video yet, but I did kind of split up one bedroom with the Rug Doctor versus the Bissell. The Bissell was malfunctioning in that video, so I ended up having to scrap it. I redid it, but it would take a lot of editing for that footage to make sense. Yeah, so I told you a bunch of downsides about the Rug Doctor. Before I end this, it would be fair to say there is a huge downside with the Bissell. So 2 times now, once when I was making a video, but 2 times now this bucket has not been lined up properly. So let me see if I can do this. There you go. All right, so you got this bucket here, okay? And it just places, I'm surprised it's leaking water. It's leaking water right now. I've never seen it do that. Huh. All right then. Yeah, it's never done that before. Yeah. All right. So when you place this on here, sometimes it isn't sealed right and the soap won't come out. And then you have to keep picking it up and putting it down, and picking up and putting it, and it looks like it's on there the right way every time, but it's not, because it's clearly not working. I did run into that issue when I made a video. Neither machine is perfect. I wish there was a perfect machine because I would gladly buy it. I don't know why this thing's leaking. So this thing was leaking. I showed you that just a second ago. It was leaking right here, and I tightened that up clockwise, and now it doesn't leak. I don't know if I'm going to affect the performance of the machine now, but that's what it was. I will let you guys know if the performance seems to be affected or if everything's fine now. But that had come loose and it was making water leak like crazy. You guys saw it in the video. But hopefully this video has been a little bit helpful for you guys. Neither one was necessarily the runaway winner when it comes to performance. I personally think the Rug Doctor side looks better, but the Bissell did not do badly at all. It costs less money, it's easier to use, and assuming that's an anomaly that's making it leak over there, then there's not too much bad to say about it, except some annoyances like the attachments fall off and sometimes that bucket doesn't line up properly. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been AI Everything, and y'all have an excellent day. Okay, so to the right of the tape measure, I'm going to use the Rug Doctor, and to the left, I am going to use the Bissell. Of note, I should point out that the Rug Doctor will have some bigger stains to deal with, but it is a more costly and larger machine, so we will see how it does with that. So again, to the right, Rug Doctor, to the left, Bissell, but from the couch over, the rest of that will be Bissell. So Rug Doctor's kind of going to be sandwiched in between for the results. Alright, I've got the camera going, and excuse it if it shakes a little bit. I have not done anything to deal with the stains yet. I have not used any pre-treater. I have not done anything. This is all on the up and up. This is going to be what the Rug Doctor does on its first try. And I don't mean one pass, I mean its first try, because I don't really think it's going to get it in one pass, but it might. Probably not, though. Okay, so that was one pass. Like I said, it's going to shake a little bit, sorry. But like I said, I did not think it was going to get it up on one pass. I've not used a carpet cleaner that actually gets tough stains out with one pass. All right, so right here, you can see the streaking. Let me get down here and show you this right here. The shampoo is coming out in a streaking manner. So here's the deal. We just filled this up, well I did. I just filled this up with